from three-point range. Los Angeles leading by 7. And Young, a good ball handler. He can get his shot whenever he wants.
And that's often, Kevin. Don't expect a lot of assists from him. This is a guy who, when he touches the ball, it's going up.
Here's Boozer. Here's Sacre. Banked in off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 9.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
The drive by...
Oh, how about that basketball, fan?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers on top, up 7. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big part of why they're on top right now.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. We've got Parker. Okafor out there with Sanders. Then there's Calderon. And it's Shumpert in the 2-guard. It's Parker outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Lynn kicks to Young. Back to Lynn. Pass to Barea. Lakers working the ball around now. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
Bucks trail by 7. Calderon dishes to Parker. Young with the steal. Feeds it to Barea. Outside, Lynn. Boozer is screen on Shumpert. Screen by Young. Clock at 6. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Larry Sanders picks one up.
You know, last year the Bucks knew that to make the playoffs would be a real stretch. Strange, kind of, when you consider the year before, 2013, they had gotten to the playoffs, but it just goes to show you things change quickly in the NBA.
Well, as you guys are talking about, the winds of change can stir things up in a hurry in the NBA, and the Bucks are hoping things can change for the better, Steve, just as fast.
Well, luckily, with the pick they got and the changes they made, I mean, they're in a much better position this year. The postseason's still probably a stretch, but not completely out of the question in the Eastern Conference.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Barea, the pass to Lynn. The kick out to Young. The pass to Boozer. And Barea has it in the corner. Out to the right wing. Another shot. And again, the Lakers no good. Bucks trail by 8. Knight kicks to Okafor. Shumpert dishes to Okafor. Shumpert with the screen for Parker. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Jabari Parker, a self-described obedient kid growing up in Chicago, maintained a 3.7 GPA through high school. He went so far as to say he had lower self-esteem in his younger days. You don't often hear about that from NBA athletes, but it's a reality. Believe me, I see these guys, and they often aren't as confident as you might think. But there's no reason for this guy to doubt his worth now, especially on the basketball court.
Outside, Lynn. There's the lob to the hoop. An emphatic LU jam.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Milwaukee, no good that time either.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
And they've needed every one of those rebounds. I think that's what's put them in front here.
The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Boozer gets the bucket. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Milwaukee had a tough time last year with pretty much everyone, Clark, and they really struggled against the West, as you might expect.
Yeah, well, they struggled against everybody because, again, this is a team in serious rebuild mode, young and not overly talented. That's a recipe for not being able to win many games, East or West.
A different look for Milwaukee. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Parker. And it's Calderon in for Knight. Sanders sets the screen for Calderon. Shumpert gets a wide open look. That falls. Nice speed this time from Jose Calderon.
Only 3 wins for the Bucks against the West last season. Wow, they got shut out entirely by the Southwest Division.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Mayo again. Sland. 5 on the clock. Here's Young. Milwaukee with the rebound. Sanders has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Well, the Bucks weren't the first team from the East to get beaten up by the West in really a down year in the Eastern Conference. They won't be the last team to suffer that same fate. It's not surprising that's how it played out.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. After a 2012-13 season in which Larry Sanders received the 3rd most votes for most improved in the league, not to mention a 4-year, $44 million extension for the Bucks. Steve, a lot was expected last season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot was not delivered. Injuries and various off-the-court issues kind of made it a season to forget for Sanders. So this year will be one of redemption. He needs to find that form from a couple of years ago.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, Jeremy Lin knows that an awful lot is expected of him. He said, I'm very young in my career, and because the expectations of Linsanity are so big and the shadow is so large, sometimes I have to take a step back and remind myself the journey has just begun. It can be hard to keep things in perspective, but gentlemen, he's trying to stay grounded.
And nobody certainly will ever forget Linsanity, but it would be asking, I think, too much for Lin to be in that zone all the time. Thank you, Doris. Boozer, he's checked in for Randall. And Larry Sanders drops them both.
And Sanders, tearing a ligament in his thumb during an off-the-court scuffle early in the season. It cost him 6 weeks. And he just put together his best game of the season when a stray elbow fractured his right orbital bone and put him out of commission once again. Tough break. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it bad luck.
Bucks trail by 5. Sanders with a screen on Nelson. Calderon with it. And it's Nelson picking him up. Sanders.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
Not the guy you want to see taking too many free throws. Last season, his numbers among the worst in the league.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
Pachulia, he's checked in for Emeka Okafor. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Nelson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Kobe. A fadeaway. Milwaukee with the rebound. Sanders has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And for Sanders, the injury is unfortunate. I think some of the off-the-court decision-making issues were even more of a concern for the Bucks.
Yeah.
They've made him a big part of their future, and they're hoping they can rely on him moving forward.
Boozer with the screen for Nelson. He feeds it to Kobe. Back to Nelson. Wide open look. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
He kicks it to Calderon.
Zaza Pachulia signed last season with a 3-year contract by the Bucks. Some question the fit for a developing team with young talent in the front court, but he does give them that veteran experience and a little extra muscle inside.
And Pachulia Clark missing a couple months last season, but when healthy, good low post banger.
Kevin, he's got a physical presence, and he's a guy that does not shy away from contact, and really does a nice job rebounding on the offensive glass.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Well, the Lakers have been in a bit of turmoil the last few years, and it comes back to not being able to find the right coach.
Parker's checked in for the Bucks. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point.
A few coaches have been given looks since the end of the Jackson era in L.A., and needless to say, it's hard to replace a guy like that.
Now, here is Nelson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Trying to find Boozer, and he does now. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. And the Lakers lead by 1. And for the Lakers, Steve, it's really hard to build something because there is a pressure to win now as well.
I would say that taking their time and not trying to rush back to winning would be the best thing that this franchise can do. And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
The Bucks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Well, Jose Calderon, a huge boost offensively. He's a terrific floor general, sets up his teammates nicely, takes good care of the ball, and he's a top-tier marksman. In the NBA, we call those guys lasers. He can do it off the bounce or spotting up.
Davis setting the pick for Nelson. Dishes to Davis. Parsons for 3. Outside Bryant. Here's Boozer. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
The Bucks have not defended well against Boozer.
10 points. In addition to that, he's been a rebounding machine.
Well, he's been clearing space in the paint and out-muscling anybody who tries to get near him.
You talk, Steve, about Calderon shooting. In his career, he's led the league in both free throw percentage and three-point percentage.
I guess the trade-off is defensively. I mean, he's solid, not spectacular, but his shooting is such a problem for defenses, and especially when you pair him with good players like Dallas did a year ago. Boy, he can really play and space that floor.
And here's Mayo from the arc. And that one's good. Mayo's got 8 points.